an engine pumps out 40 kg of water. If water comes out with a velocity of 3 meter per second, then what is the power of the engine? That is what we have to calculate. Right. So here what is the given data? The given data is mass is equal to 40 kg, velocity u is equal to 3 meter per second, time t is equal to 1 second. So 40 kg of water per second. Clear? So by the formula of power is equal to work done by time. Power is equal to work done by time. So this is what we have to calculate. Power. We have to calculate the power. Right? So and after that, by kinetic energy formula, kinetic energy is equal to half mv square formula. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Clear? Since here work done is equal to energy, because work done and energy both are same. Work done and energy both are same. Both has the same units. So that here we are calculating energy, that means we are calculating the work done. So kinetic energy is equal to formula. Why we are taking the kinetic energy? Because kinetic energy is nothing but, later in the next topic you will get that. So kinetic energy is nothing but the quantity which is in motion. That means the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion is nothing but kinetic energy. If it is in motion, so that body which is in motion possesses kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is equal to half mass is 40 v square, velocity is 3 meter per second. That is 3 square means 9. Here 9 you got by v square. Velocity is 3 square. Right? So that is equal to 2 1 2 10. 10 into 9. Sorry. 2 1 2 20. 20 into 9. 180. 180 joules. So kinetic energy is equal to work is equal to, right? Work is equal to kinetic energy is equal to 180 joules. So we got the work done. Now calculate the power. Power is equal to work done by time. Work done by time. Here work done is 180 joules. Time taken is 1 second. So power is equal to 180 joule by second. 180 joule by second. That is equal to 180 watt. 180 watt. That is the power. So this problem, he gave that volume of the tank to be filled is, volume is equal to 30 meter cubes. Okay, and an electric pump takes 10 minutes. Time taken is 10 minutes. That is equal to 600 seconds to fill the volume of 30 meter cube with water. Okay, and height of the tank is 60 meters above the ground. So efficiency of the pump, so efficiency of the motor pump is 30%. Right? Okay, right. So with this we have to calculate what is the power is consumed by the pump in filling this tank. Right? In filling this tank of volume 30 meter cube to be filled with water, how much power is consumed by the pump. Right. So first of all we have to take the density of water. Why? Because the tank is to be filled with water. So density of water, we must know that density of water. Density of water is, all these are in SI system, so that is 10 power 3 kg by meter cube. The density of water is 10 power 3 kg by meter cube. So here we must need the mass of the water by formula density is equal to mass by volume. We need mass of the water. How much mass of water is occupied in this volume? So mass is equal to density into volume. Clear? So density, how much density? 10 power 3 kg by meter cube, and volume is 60 meter cube. Sorry, volume is 30 meter cube. So meter cube gets cancelled. So 30 into 10 power 3. So mass is equal to mass of water is equal to 30 into 10 power 3. So the value is 30 into 10 power 3. I am writing as 3 into 10 power 4 kg. Right? We got that mass. So now this mass of water is to be lifted to a height of 60 meters. Right? So what is the work done? Work done is equal to formula mgh. So mass of 3 into 10 power 4 kg of water is to be lifted of 60 meter height, and here take g is equal to 10 meter per second. G is equal to 10 meter per second square. So 10. Right? So 3 into 6, 18, 4, 10 power 4, 10, 10 power 5, 10, 10 power 6. So 18 into 10 power 6 joules of work is being done to lift the water of mass 3 into 10 power 4 kg to a height of 60 meters. Right? That is the work done, actual work done of that pump. But here, in this case, the efficiency of the pump is given. It is 30%. The efficiency is 30% only. So what is the work done by the pump with the efficiency of 30%? So work done with 30% is W dash is equal to, here we are calculating the W dash with the efficiency of 30%. So the efficiency for 30%, W dash is for the actual work done into 30% efficiency, 100 by 30. So that is equal to work done, actual work done is 18 into 10 power 6 into 100, I am writing as 10 power 2 by 30, I am writing as 3 into 10. Clear? So 3 ones, 3 6, and here it is 10 power plus 1. So right, I am writing as work done with 30% efficiency is equal to 10 into 10 power 6 into 10 power 2 into 10 power, it is plus 1. So if it comes to numerator, it becomes minus 1 into 6. So work done with 30% efficiency is equal to 6 into, when the base of same power should be added, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 minus 1, 7. 10 power 7 joules. So to this work done with 30% efficiency, we are calculating the power. So power is equal to formula work done with 30% efficiency by time taken. Work done is 6 into 10 power 7 joule by, what the time taken? The time taken here is 60 seconds, sorry, 10 minutes. 10 minutes is nothing but 600 seconds. 600. So 600 I am writing as 6 into 10 power 7 by 6 into 10 power 2. 6 and 6 gets cancelled. So that is equal to, clear? So 10 power 7 and 10 power 2. When the base of 10 power should be added, here 10 power 2 is plus 2. If it comes to numerator, it becomes minus 2. So answer is 10 power 5 watts. 10 power 5 watts, or it can be written as 100 kilowatt. Clear? Our next topic is about energy. Last topic in this. So energy, for suppose a person can do a lot of work, right? So that we can say that he has a lot of energy, or he is very energetic. But in our physics, anything which is able to do some work, right? Anything which is able to do some work which possesses lots of energy. So in physics we can say that if a thing is doing some work, which means it possesses some energy, right? So based upon this, we can say that the ability to do the work, is nothing but energy. The ability to do the work is nothing but energy. So energy is a Greek word, right? It is derived from the Greek word energia. It is the Greek word, right, which means in action or in work. In action or work. And energia means work. So based upon this energia, we got the term energy. It is a Greek word. So coming to the units which is same as work. What are the units that the work contains? Those units has this energy, because a body which is having energy can experience some amount of force on the other object, right? So during this process, some of the energy of the body is transferred to the next body. So after gaining that energy, the body moves, right? So whenever the body is moving, we can say that it is doing some work. So the work is being done, that is due to energy, right? So units same as the work. SI unit is joule, CS unit is erg. SI unit is joule and CS unit is erg. And we got that relation between joule and erg. 1 joule is equal to 1 kg meter square by second square. Conversion 10 power 3 into 10 power 4 centimeter square. 10 power 3 grams into 10 power 4 centimeter square by second square. Clear? So when the bases and power should be added, 3 plus 4 7 grams centimeter square by second square is nothing but erg. So 1 joule is equal to 10 power 7 erg, and 1 erg is equal to 10 power minus 7 joule. 1 erg is equal to 10 power minus 7 joule, right? I think I already said this when I said that topic in work, right? And commercial unit of energy. So in the same way, commercial unit of energy. So this is the unit which is used to measure the commercial means the energy which is used to measure to get the money, like to get the energy which we are consuming in our homes. So electric meters. So those meters are called as energy meters. So those meters measures how much energy we consumed, right? So that we got that electricity bill. So commercial unit of energy is nothing but kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour is the commercial unit of energy. So converting kilowatt hour to joules. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to, the answer is power, I think. Okay, 1 kilo, what is the kilo? 10 power 3 watt into 1 hour is equal to 36 into 10 power 2, 3600 seconds. Here. So 10 power 3 So 36 into 10 power 2, 10 power 3. When the base of power should be added, 3 plus 2, 5. Watt second. Watt second. Okay, that is equal to. So you must know the relation from power. What is the unit of power? Power formula is work done by time. So joule by second unit. Unit is joule by second. This joule by second is also called as watt. Joule by second is also nothing but watt. So we need joule. So joule, we need joule. So here second is in denominator. If you send to that towards right hand side, so that becomes joule is equal to watt second. So joule is equal to watt second. So instead of watt second, I am writing as joule. So 36 into 10 power 5 joule. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 36 into 10 power 5 joules, or 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. In any way we can write this. 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules, or 36 into 10 power 5 joules. Clear? Now, kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is nothing but when a body possesses, when we can say that a body possesses kinetic energy, which means if a body is in motion, right? If a body is in motion, then that body possesses kinetic energy. So kinetic energy can be defined as the energy possessed by a body. Energy possessed. The energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion. Here the important rememberable term is motion. You must remember this. Whenever the body is in motion, then that body possesses kinetic energy. Clear? So there are so many examples. If you want to drive the nail to the wall, you must hit with a hammer. A moving hammer drives a nail into that wall. That is due to kinetic energy. Right? A moving bullet can penetrate through the wall or through some object. So that moving bullet possesses kinetic energy. Right? For example, if you are running, so that runner also possesses kinetic energy. A running bus, a running vehicle, right? And if a stone is falling freely from a certain height, that moving body possesses kinetic energy. Right? An arrow is moving from a bow, flying in the air. So that moving arrow possesses kinetic energy. So in this way, whatever the bodies are in motion, those bodies possesses kinetic energy. Those bodies possess kinetic energy. So it has the formula: kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Clear? Potential energy. This potential energy can be defined as the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its position. Here the important rememberable word is position. If a body is located at a certain height from the ground level, then that body possesses potential. Right? For example, the water stored at some height in the tank, that stored water possesses potential energy. Here, right? For example, a bird is flying in the air at a certain height, that flying bird possesses potential energy. Right? That possesses not only potential energy, because as I already previously said that body is in motion. Whenever the body is in motion, that body possesses kinetic energy. Since the body is located at certain height from the ground level, and the body is in motion. So that body possesses both kinetic energy and potential energy. Simply you can see that it possesses mechanical energy. Okay, for example, an arrow in a bow, if you drag that arrow in a bow, that arrow possesses potential energy, right? For example, if you are dropping any objects from a certain height, those moving bodies possess both the potential energy and kinetic energy, right? Since this potential energy depends upon height, so the potential energy has the formula of mgh. mgh, where m is mass, g is acceleration due to gravity, h is height. In this kinetic energy, k is equal to half m square, half constant, m mass, b velocity. This potential energy is again classified into two types: gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. Gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. By the name itself, we can easily identify which is gravitational potential energy and which is elastic potential energy. Clear? So, gravitational potential energy is nothing but the energy acquired by a body doing work against gravity, doing the work against gravity, or the potential energy due to height above the earth's surface, above the earth's surface. So by this we can easily say that if a body is under the influence of gravity, and if a body is under the influence of the gravity and it is situated at a certain height, then that body possesses gravitational potential energy. Okay, and coming to the elastic potential energy, the energy acquired by a body due to the change in the shape of the body due to its elastic nature, changing shape and regains, changing shape. The potential energy acquired by a body due to the changing shape of the body, So if we remove that force, the body changes its position again, right? For example, if you compress the spring, right? So the compressed spring possesses potential energy. Which potential energy? Elastic potential energy, right? An arrow on a bow, right? If you are drawing that arrow in the bow, so the string of the bow possesses elastic potential energy, right? Catapult, right? So the stretching rubber band also possesses elastic potential energy. Whatever the bodies which have the elastic nature, those bodies possesses elastic potential energy, right? Bending or twisting any rubber material, right? Compressing, stretching, right? So all these bodies possess elastic potential energy, right? So as I already said that this both kinetic energy and potential energy, the action of both kinetic energy and potential energy is nothing but mechanical energy. So we have also another forms of energies. So those forms of energies classified into two types: energy in action and stored energy. Other forms of energy is classified into two types: energy in action and stored energy. Classified into two types: energy in action and stored energy. Right? Stored energy is nothing but reserving some amount of energy in the form of either kinetic or potential. The energy may be stored either in the form of kinetic energy or potential energy. Right? So which is in action? So which gives instant energy. Right? Energy in action is classified as, so types in this you can classify as sound energy, light energy, heat energy, right? Electrical energy, electric, right? So in this energy, in this we can classify it as chemical energy, right? Magnetic energy, nuclear energy, right? So and also some sources of energy like energy from the sun, flowing water, wind, biomass, fossil fuels, so etc. So all this comes under the stored energy, right? So it stores some energy and gives that energy to the next body, right, in the form of either potential or kinetic. Here. So in the next class we will do the form problems as well as the relation between kinetic energy and momentum. So in the next class we will check those. The problem based upon this energy and the relation between kinetic energy and momentum, right?